Hello everybody, this is Sheshachalam from Astro Guide Mysore. So today let us understand the position of Ketu in the 5th house and its results. We all know that the 5th house has a lot of significations, and the most important signification is it is Putra Sthana, that is the house for progeny, and to understand the house of fertility. Actually, this particular point I had left it out. Fertility. I will take up this point. Okay, so it's also the house of imagination, the house of thought process, house of learning, education, and house of higher thinking, let us say as higher education, and also the house of speculation. Some points we also will not remember when we are making the point list. So whenever it comes out, when I speak, I make a note of it so that I can add it in this particular session. So we all don't come fully prepared. So you people should understand. Okay. Ketu makes a person an astute thinker. This is the title of this particular video. Astute, in the sense that he knows how to process his thoughts to a very high level. Perfect, let us say accurate and perfect. These people can see what many other people cannot see at all. Their visualization capacity is beyond a particular level. That is why these people can think about metaphysical things. So, paragnana, aparagnana. Paragnana, that is what is subject to all that is pertaining to earth, all the geographical things. That is what all the other planets are thinking about. Ketu is beyond it. So, these people can think very deep into a subject, go into very, very good research. So, imagination par excellence. That is actually, I wanted to make this as the Shirsha, that is the title for this particular thing, but an astute thinker would be more apt. Difficult for the general public to realize or understand. It takes a lot of time for these people to actually explain. These people don't explain. Ketu people, they realize they don't have the acumen to explain. They don't have the patience to explain. So they are much into themselves, more into silence. So if it is weakly or badly posited, then it interrupts the education of a person. If forcibly a person is made to study, then the person will go actually very dissatisfied in his life that he could not do what he actually wanted to do. But if you freely leave that person to do it, he again gets distracted and doesn't achieve anything which is substantial. So, if Ketu is weak, that's what I am trying to tell. You need to support and guide the person in the path in which he would want to go in. So, if it is weak, you need to support. If it is strong, nothing is required because they are very well to do in their sphere of education. They can do their masters, doctorates, research. They can have their own lab, to a very high level. If it is weak, once again, the imagination goes into fear, intimidation. They are always worried about the rights and the wrongs. The discretionary power fails, and the power fails to such an extent that they are not able to take a decision when it is required. So the delay in taking decision is caused because of a weak Ketu in the 5th house. A strong Ketu in the 5th house, they don't even take a second's delay. They take the decision, and whether they are right or wrong, they know what they want to do and they'll do it. A strong Ketu makes children obedient, obedient children for that particular native I'm. It's not that a person who has a Ketu in the fifth house will be a obedient child. No, I'm not talking about that. I am talking about a native who has the fifth house Ketu, and if it is strong and well protected, well placed, that is without any planetary influence or conjunction, then that native will have obedient, very straightforward, honest children. If it is weak, badly posited, there is difficulty in managing children, and also there will be difficulty in having children. First of all, there will be difficulty in progeny. So I had touched this point, fertility. So a bad Ketu in the fifth house, let us say Shani Ketu, a Mars Ketu, Venus Ketu particularly, very closely conjunct in the fifth house, might give rise to PCOD problems in the female. It might give rise to less sperm count or problem in libido, lot of problems. So what we call as erectile dysfunction. So there are many medical problems which people go through. They are shy, they don't come out and talk. That until and unless they come out and talk to the doctor, it's very difficult to attend. So this is kind of a sarpadosha. I don't take it as a sarpadosha because the fifth is involved, the Ketu is involved. I still take it as a minor sarpadosha. Children might leave early into their hostels, into education, or because of some marital conflict, there might be separation of children. There might be only visitation rights. So these things can happen if there is a bad Ketu placed in the fifth house. These people love to solve puzzles. They love scriptures, secret knowledge, occult. So excellent position for studying astrology or studying any other, cryptic languages or cryptic solutions, to go into that, ponder into deeper, difficult things to be revealed. So they can do that. But if Ketu is weak, these people themselves are in a puzzle. So they need to come out of these difficulties. So when it is in the fifth house, usually the fifth is for the heart, for the upper stomach. People can get into difficulties of Kujavat Ketu. Ketu is as good as Kuja. So people can get into difficulties of acidity, and people can get into difficulties of digestive problems. So please chew your food well. You need to chew your food to the best extent. You need to make the solid liquid before it goes into your gut. So that is a very important remedy for Ketu in the fifth house. People with Ketu in the fifth house also have to do meditation to come to calmness if it is weakly posited. Never get into speculation, because you will go through a very tough time in the market if you put money. And also, stammering can be seen in people who are having Ketu in the fifth house and it is weak or badly posited. And the third lord is also bad with Mercury weak. So many combinations are there to see stammering, flow of thought gets interrupted. The flow while going into examinations will be like, I knew it, but I couldn't write the examination. I had studied everything, but I went blank. So these things can happen if there is a bad Ketu in the fifth house. But if there is a strong Ketu in the third or the fifth, because why I am telling third and the fifth is because third and fifth are interrelated, because fifth is the third from the third house. So this is a very strong position for communication. But if it is weakly posited, beware, you might be talking something which is not required and it might be conflicting. So people can also go through difficulties of the brain, like people. I have seen people with epilepsy, people with OCD, with a bad Ketu in the fifth house. But let us not go too much into that. Keyhole surgeries, and particularly of the heart and the liver, which can then go into the digestion, because the liver and liver directly has a relation with command over how you digest your food. So this is a tough position and also a very good position with regard to the academics when it is taken into consideration. So this is how it is. So thank you very much for today's class. God bless.